There's a desperate nationwide dragnet underway for this teenager and her 50-year-old former teacher, Tad Cummins, accused of kidnapping her.
Cannot handle a day without her anymore. It's really hard.
15-year-old Elizabeth Thomas now missing for more than a week, her family pleading for answers.
We really miss you. I miss you. Please, please come home.
Authorities warning the ninth grader is in imminent danger.
Everything that we're learning about him does nothing to calm our fears and our concerns for her. She is definitely a victim.
The former teacher's own wife with this emotional plea just days ago.
Tad, this is not you. This is not who you are. We can help you get through this.
Tonight, new details emerging. Investigators say the married father and grandfather began researching teen marriage online, specifically the age of consent, and looking to see if certain features of his Nissan Rogue could be tracked by law enforcement.
We see him researching teen marriage, researching how he can get away from that police GPS tracking, and clearly, unwittingly, leaving a path that proves his premeditation, beyond doubt.
There were disturbing signs on social media. Weeks earlier, the 15-year-old posted, "I look forward to going to school just to see you." And just before her disappearance, posting this picture with the quote, "Every beauty needs her beast to protect her," and changing her bio to wife on Instagram.
What I'm seeing on her social media is a little girl who thinks she's in love. My main concern is that this scenario ends in a Romeo-Juliet finale where they both end up dead. He's got 2 weapons with him. He has already acted irrationally. He's already done the wrong thing.
It's been months since school officials began investigating the health sciences teacher after another student claimed to see them kissing in his classroom. Cummins had denied any wrongdoing.
I didn't see this coming at all. You send your kids to school, you trust they're going to be all right there.
The Thomas family attorney says Elizabeth's dad was never informed until the police called to question him about a week later. Cummins was later suspended. But within weeks, the teacher and student disappear. Elizabeth Thomas was last seen being dropped off early last Monday morning at a restaurant in Columbia, Tennessee. But before she left, her sister says Elizabeth woke her with a warning.
She said, if I'm not back by 6, you need to come find me and call the cops.
A short time later, this security footage showing Cummins filling up his SUV at a nearby gas station. That same car used just days earlier as collateral for a $4,500 cash loan. Sources also telling ABC News that Cummins researched camping in SUVs and even watched a TV show about living off the grid.
His main goal now is to blend in and not get caught. They are living either off the land or staying in that car.
Another disturbing sign, authorities releasing this security footage they say shows Cummins in a store before the disappearance, picking up a peculiar item.
Clairol Nice and Easy hair dye, brunette hair dye. Now, it's been suggested that was not part of his intentions for Elizabeth. That's kind of hard to believe.
Hours after that gas station surveillance footage from Monday, Elizabeth Thomas is declared missing. The last clue? A cell phone ping from Decatur, Alabama, over 80 miles away.
There have been no credible sightings, and that's very rare for an Amber Alert now almost 7 days in.
The former teacher, now on Tennessee's top 10 most wanted list.
Is child exploitation. She is not his partner. She is his prey.
Elizabeth's case doesn't stand alone. There's a history of abuse between teachers and those in their care.
When somebody's in a power position and you're 15 and they're the teacher, is it possible to give consent?
I don't think it is, not in a true and meaningful sense, certainly not in a legal sense.
Jenny Kuttner knows firsthand how a schoolgirl crush can turn sinister.
It struck me as very innocent at the time, which again now seems delusional.
Kuttner is now 25 years old, but over a decade ago, her history teacher began an inappropriate flirtation.
I was very insecure. I had never had a boyfriend. I hadn't really been kissed.
His name was Lance Muller, then a married 23-year-old teacher at her middle school.
Go back to your 14-year-old self. What did all of his attention and the things he said and did with you, how did that make you feel?
Really flattered, really special. I felt that he really saw me He felt so mature, and I felt that I was so mature for my age.
Despite their 10-year age gap, he encouraged an obsessive attachment.
I can't remember a moment of a given day during that period where I wasn't speaking with him, except for when I was in class. He started using pet names pretty early, always referred to me as babe or baby, sweetheart.
Soon, the manipulation began.
He was telling me that we were in a relationship, and he was telling me that he loved me more than his wife. He would say that if I ever left him, he might have to kill me because he couldn't imagine anyone else being with me, or he would have to kill himself for the same reason. Very manipulative things.
And then, right after her 14th birthday, it crossed the line from highly inappropriate to criminal.
I felt that I was the one asking for this relationship to go further. I was the one who wanted him in my bedroom.
At the time, she says she blamed herself for instigating their relationship, but now says she knows better.
The grooming occurs not so that an abuser can propose some sort of sexual behavior. It's almost so that the victim is the one that suggests it.
She finally confided in friends who told her parents. In shock and horror, they called the police.
It was very traumatic.
Houston police call it sexual assault of a child.
After lengthy legal proceedings, Mueller pled guilty to sexual assault, spending 180 days in jail and placed on the sexual offender registry.
At the time, it felt like I was very much actively choosing to be involved in this. I think I also knew that he had more of the upper hand in the situation, but either way, it very much felt that he was pursuing me.
For Kuttner, realizing that she had been a victim took years to accept.
I understood rationally pretty early on when I was still in high school, but the only thing that made me grasp emotionally what had happened to me was time.
She was one of the lucky ones. Friends eventually notified her parents. Speaking up in these situations, she says, is critical.
What specifically might a bystander witness or see that they should find suspicious or even report?
Your gut will usually tell you that something is just not right. Perhaps there's one student who really is spending a lot of extra time around the teacher, and the teacher is responding to that.
With Elizabeth, someone did speak up, but it seems it wasn't enough.
I want you to come home.
Now, as each day passes in what many fear could be an abduction, the family hopes that Elizabeth can hear their plea.
We need you home, and whatever he's telling you is a lie, and not to believe it.
For Nightline, I'm Juju Chang in New York.